The time. Well, this is the way the second half ended. First half ended, and the second half has begun. Rodri to Cherki. It was magnificent in the second goal. There's the pass through to Bernardo Silva. Pep's 52nd game in the FA Cup today. He's won it twice. 2 Copa del Reys, 2 German Cups. Looks a lot calmer than he did in the opening 15 minutes. Much to the relief of the young lady sat on his left. O'Reilly to Cherki.
The weight of the pass as well and the timing of the run, both of them I think are absolutely spot on, as is the finish. What a finish. He's got some vision, look at that, times it perfectly, absolutely perfectly, and then look at the finish. Oh, come on. That's just brilliant. I mean, the last 2 goals have been of the highest quality. That is magnificent. It's just top football. Top football.
So 18 goals in all competitions when you combine Bournemouth with Manchester City. 6 of them scored in City blue. His first City goal was an FA Cup goal, and he's turned up on quarter-final weekend to get the 3rd for them today.
Everything about it, Dan. You know, the timing of the pass, the weight of the pass, the timing of the run in behind and the blind side of the defender, and then the execution. Terrific, absolutely terrific.
Well, that's a foul by Kusanov on Ekitike. I mean, he's got to make changes now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
On a slot.
You think he's got to go Ingamoa on, or somebody that will do something a little bit different.
Crestfallen looks on Liverpool faces. The FA Cup dream fizzling out at the Etihad, although Salah's in here. Salah shoots, good save by Trafford, and then tidied up by Nunes. 2 big chances he's had today, Mo Salah.
It's going to take some finish to beat the goalkeeper on the outside of
Gomez, that's a good cross. Here's Ekitike. Joe Gomez back to Curtis Jones, runs into Jeremy Doku. Gomez with the chance to play it back here to Salah. Quickly on the scene, Bernardo Silva. Haaland then did really well. City have got the ball now with Cherki. He's such an elegant player when he sets off like that. Here's Semenyo. A better touch than it might have been 4, and he's so disappointed with himself, but the football outstanding again.
Cherki's out of this world at this moment in time. It really is. He's in a half hour, which is incredible. But Liverpool, right through the centre of defence. I don't know where Kanati and Van Dijk were there. And again, for a better touch, they were in again.
I mean, this is Manchester City at their best.
Oh.
The football they're playing at the moment, outstanding. Cherki, the inspiration at the moment, lifts it in. What about that for a pass? Haaland the target. That's good defended by Curtis Jones.
This is, I mean, the last half hour, last 15 of the second half in the opening period of the...
Well, let me tell you this. From the penalty hit in the back of the net to Semenyo's 3rd goal going in actual playing time, 14 minutes and 9 seconds. That's how quickly it can get away from you against a team of this calibre, even when you're as good as Liverpool are.
I mean, there was nothing in it over the 30-35 minutes. I've already said that Liverpool probably the better chances. But City have just stepped up not one gear, damn, at least a couple of gears.
Semenyo's gone for the shot because he spotted Mamardashvili a mile off his line. It lands on the roof of the net. Still wasn't sure right at the end, was he?
He wasn't. And when you're 3-0 up, you'll try anything. He has a wee look. The goalkeeper actually does a wee look, sees to see where his position is.
Dealt with there by Trafford. He hasn't had a great deal to do. He played in all the FA Cup matches this season. Of course, he'll have had such a lift by that clean sheet at Wembley. He came into the season expecting to be the #1, then Donnarumma arrived, so he's had to be patient, but he's enjoying his moment in the sun at the moment, the Manchester City goalkeeper. Szoboszlai, now Virgil van Dijk. Kerkez to Florian Wirtz. Defended over there by Semenyo. Seems to be involved in everything at the moment. Here's Ryan Gravenberch. That's a good pass. It's Mo Salah. It's a very untypical finish.
It really is. He's leaning back. He's right in front of us with a good view of it. It comes to him. You can see it. And he's just leaning back there. You can see his back is... should be over it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a soft finish, that. You see what he's trying to do, but I mean, you've got to hit it with so much more power to beat the goalkeeper outside your left foot.
Taken on by Ryan Gravenberch. Rodri, look at the time he's got now. All of that space, supported as always by his partner in crime, Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly. Cahill. Now Rodri. I mean, they've looked at times in recent weeks, Manchester City, like a pale shadow of what we're seeing today when you think about that night in the Bernabeu, when they were taken apart by Valverde and Real Madrid, and other matches too, but this is kind of what we've come to expect for a long time, and here they are again. It's O'Reilly, it's Haaland! It's a hat-trick! So that's career hat-trick number 28 for Erling Haaland, and career hat-trick in Manchester City blue, number 12. One of the great goal scorers has turned up when it matters today, and you can forget this sequence of 1 in 7 for club and country. He's absolutely taken Liverpool apart today, Haaland.
No, he has. He really has. Some excellent movement, some excellent finishes. I mean, just looking at the time, you'd have to say the last 30 minutes Manchester City have an incredible...
There's a little deflection that was dealt with by Trafford. The Liverpool supporters leaving 8,000 at the start of the match, but quite a few have seen enough now. 4-0, Manchester City lead, 3 for Haaland and 1 for Semenyo. And barring the penalty, the other 3 goals have been outstanding, and the Poznan is going on all over the place. The last time I saw that many doing the Poznan, Oasis were playing cigarettes and alcohol somewhere.
I mean, where do we start the last 3 goals? They have been wonderful.
What I would say, Ali, City in this form can beat any team in Europe, can't
listen,
they?
they're irresistible.
Burt's clips it in, O'Reilly hits it away. See some changes. Nico Gonzalez and Savinho already down below us for Manchester City. Here's Salah wriggling through, finding some space and getting to the byline, but then Mark Gahey arrived. Well, we're also going to see Frimpong for Liverpool. I mean, City at the moment feel they can play anywhere, anyhow. Look at Cherki inside his own box, having his own personal duel with Szoboszlai and then celebrating with the crowd over there. He can be irresistible at times, can't he, the number 10?
I think you'll find he is being.
Oh! Thought he'd done himself. Finishing, yeah. There's Doku. A lot of people have questioned, you know, in title terms, whether City can win enough matches to genuinely put pressure on Arsenal. If they play like this, they can win all of them. They can sweep the board, and then that does make that situation for Arsenal a lot more difficult.
Of course it's not beyond them.
So the changes can be made now. And they're going to take off Jeremy Doku for Savinho. That's the first Manchester City change. And Nico Gonzalez for Rodri. The Liverpool change is going to be Frimpong for Gomez. One of the remarkable statistics, Ali, in the FA Cup is that Manchester City's last 2 defeats in the competition have both been in finals against Manchester United and Crystal Palace. I mean, apart from that, they just win. Well, they're on the way to the semi-finals for the 8th season in a row, and for the 21st time in total. It's going to be a 9th appearance in the last 4 for the manager.
8 semi-finals in the FA Cup in a row. That's amazing. Amazing.
Challenge straight to Bernardo Silva. Semenyo, did he take it away from
Haaland? He did. Absolutely he did.
Verts onto Ekitike. Over he goes.
Yeah.
Penalty.
Yes. Had to be.
Nunes.
Had to be.
It's pretty clear to me.
Yeah, it's a penalty. Silly challenge. Silly challenge.
So Mo Salah's had a bit of a day to forget in terms of trying to take opportunities, but he is going to get a chance to score here in what's going to be his final game in Liverpool red against Manchester City. James Trafford with a chance to do something here. So Salah against Trafford. And Trafford saves it, and I tell you what, that just sums up Salah's day in a nutshell. Gonzalez.
Well, I mean, there's nobody that takes any pleasure in saying I told you so, but I just didn't fancy him. And I said to you there, I just did not fancy him at all. Didn't fancy him one bit.
What I would say, Ali, is that there's been a little bit of desperation about a lot of what he's done today, snatching at opportunities, seemed desperate to make his mark, knows how big the game is, knows what's happening at the end of the season.
Do you know something, actually? It's a shame, because he looks a shadow of the man that's lit up this league and lit up this country.
That we've all admired for so long.
Yeah. Yes, and it is a little bit of a shame that he's gone out this way. However, it is what it is.
That's a foul by Kirkes. We're going to see some changes here. Alexis McAllister, Cody Gakpo. Here's the penalty again, Ali.
Yeah, it's a good save. That's the first thing you've got to say. But he's just not he doesn't look a confident man or a confident player at this moment in time.
There's the difference. Haaland had the composure to wait to see where Mamardashvili went and went the other way.
Yeah.
Trafford's gone, committed that way. Salah still went the same side.
Correct.
By the way, he's having a decent run. Trafford, you know, spoke about his disappointment not that long ago, was expected to play a lot more, but when he's been called upon, he's been good. Here's a Cherki, Bernardo Silva shooting. And saved by Mamardashvili. Rio Engamoa is also going to come on, so 3 Liverpool changes incoming. It's going to be 2 wins in 9 cup ties, the last 9 cup ties that Liverpool have played against Manchester City. That's all of the cup matches. What they will do for the first time today, City, is beat Liverpool in the FA Cup without the need of a replay.
Yeah.
They've never beaten them in normal time before in the FA Cup. Liverpool have won the last 4 in the competition. 1973, the last time that City had a win against Liverpool in this competition, but that's all become academic today. 3 for Haaland and 1 for Semenyo, and 3 of the 4 goals absolutely outstandingly made. Yellow there for Bernardo Silva. So McAllister for Gravenberg. Rio Engamoa for Florian Wirtz. And I think it's going to be Gakpo for Ekitike. And I don't think, you know, Arne Slot wants to take Mo Salah off because of the reaction he's going to get from the crowd in here. I don't think he wants that indignity for his players.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
No. Because I mean, in all honesty, you'd take Salah off now and leave Ekitike off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. As I say, there's an element of sadness about what we're seeing, actually. Flip side of the coin, City have been magnificent since the 30-minute mark.
First involvement here for the teenager Rio Engamoa. Now Jeremy Frimpong. Manages to squeeze the cross in, and that's headed behind by Nunes. Good defending by him. I always think that's an underestimated part of a full-back's defending, that ability to defend the far post like that, yeah.
Of course it is.
So Dominic Szoboszlai to take this Liverpool corner. Haaland heads it away. Savinho wants to push it past Kerkez over there. Kerkez is on a yellow card already, so he's got to be careful. And it goes towards Haaland. There's Kanate and then Frimpong. Tijani Reinders is ready down below us, so we're going to see another City change. Tell you what, you know, Ali, Haaland's record in the FA Cup. He's scored 12 now in 12 FA Cup matches, but they've come like this: 3 against Burnley, 5 against Luton, 1 against Bournemouth and 3 against Liverpool. It's not as if he does it every match, he just has these little flurries in the competition. Astonishing, really. He flipped on by Antoine Semenyo, only to Kanate. So Cherki has put on a bit of a show, hasn't he, today? He's coming off, they love him here.
Well, I know you've got to give it a man of match, the man with the hat-trick is taking the ball home, but he has been brilliant, Cherki. Boy, have we enjoyed his performance.
The other fella going off, Semenyo's not been bad either. He's going to be replaced by Foden. That's that wonderfully composed finish for him. Curtis Jones, still the best part of 19 minutes left to play. Didn't think we'd be in a situation like this at this stage. Gakpo's cross. Foden with the control and O'Reilly with the clearance. Gakpo, Ibrahima Kanate. The sun's shining down on the Etihad, and it's been a sunshine performance, hasn't it, today, for Manchester City? One that even Pep might have found enjoyable from his seat in the stand.
Oh, I bet he's enjoyed this.
He's certainly been stress-free for a while.
Yeah.
Alexis McAllister to Ibrahima Kanate. Engamoa. Corner to Liverpool. Now, Cherki's actually swapped shirts with Ekitike, and he's put it on the City bench.
I think he's getting a tailing off here,
That's going to go down like a lead balloon in many quarters. Cleared away by Cahill.
That was a statement, wasn't it?
I'm hoping Ekitike's not wearing Cherkis as well at this stage. There we go, he's all right. No Salah. Dispossessed by O'Reilly. I mean, the big challenge now for Liverpool and Arne Slot, the players, they've got to get themselves ready for the Paris Saint-Germain away after this on Wednesday night. Haaland plays it through, Reinders on the run. Kanate back well, and there's Mamardashvili. I mean, it's season on the line, isn't it, pretty much Wednesday? I mean, I know they're trying to qualify for the Champions League through the league position as well, but running out of opportunities.
They're sitting in 5th at the moment, aren't they? They've got a massive game in midweek.
So these are all of the FA Cup matches we've got coming up, men's and women's. More today, more tomorrow, and then on Monday as well. There'll be the draw as well tomorrow from the London Stadium. All finishes off in the men's side of things from West Ham against Leeds. It's a goal kick, the last touch was the Liverpool one. There's been this question, Ali, in people's minds ever since the League Cup final when they beat Arsenal. What impact would that have on Manchester City, and what impact would it have on Arsenal? I think we've seen today the impact it's had on Manchester City.
Well, I think I said to you, Dan, I think if Arsenal had won the League Cup, it would have a massive effect, and they would win the league comfortably. Right? I really do believe that. Now, I'm not saying they won't win the league. I still think they might. They will, actually. Let's not mess about here. But boy, are City now asking them questions like never before.
Better pass there from Nunes, and Reinders would have been in. City are preparing to bring on Marmoush, and we can only presume that that means that Erling Haaland's going to get his standing ovation.
Yeah. I might go up myself, actually.
Alexis McAllister hits the shot, just moving around a little bit.
Yeah,
Trafford had to make sure.
I'm guessing, looking at the goalkeeper, it moved left to right.
Readjusted, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Haaland might get one more chance here with Manchester City on the move.
He would have if Kanate hadn't pulled him back.
Sabinho, Gonzalez, Silva. And Liverpool are going to take off Mo Salah. They're going to send on Chiesa to replace him. His head must be scrambled, Mo Salah.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with that.
McAllister was caught there by Gonzalez, so they can make the changes now and get ready for the standing ovation. It's Marmoush for Haaland. Ali.
Absolutely terrific. I mean, movement. I know he was quiet for the first half hour, but this typifies the way City have played today. He's held the ball up well, he's been powerful, he's got the side free kicks, but above all, he's done what he does best, and that's put the ball in the back of the net. Two of his finishes, the penalty was obviously a very confident finish, but numbers 2 and 3, absolutely different level.
And in the middle of the ovation, Mo Salah takes his seat on the Liverpool bench, and Federico Chiesa is on to replace him. So 13 minutes left, and Trafford in possession.
They just want to whistle Liverpool, don't they? Let's be honest. They don't want starting into regions of territories of 5s and 6s and things like that. That's...
Jeremy Frimpong. Dominic Szoboszlai has not been able to inspire his Liverpool team today. Now McAllister, Milos Kerkez. There's Sabinho off and running. Manchester City might want more. Van Dijk across though to deal with that. It's a big day for him in what something could be his final season. It's going to be just the second time that he's beaten Liverpool in a cup match. The only other one was in the League Cup here in December 2022.
That surprised me when I read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, his team have been brilliant today.
I mean, I've not seen every City game by any stretch of the imagination, but you watch most of them. But the ones that we've seen together, this is as good as I've seen them play all season.
I think this is top to it,
yeah.
You know. And at the same time, you have to point out, for 30 minutes, Liverpool were well in the game.
They were.
But once they turned up the gas and turned up the heat, they're made.
When you come here now, Ali, you've got to score a goal when you're playing well, haven't you? Because you know they're going to get one. Frimpong against O'Reilly. Here's McAllister, Canate. The Liverpool sections now are virtually empty. And there has been a bit of a disconnect this season between the supporters and the team. The manager, I suppose, in particular, based on the type of football Liverpool have played and the results that they haven't necessarily had all the time. And they've certainly decided to leave early, the Liverpool fans. You can't blame them, can you?
Well beaten today, for sure.
I mean, don't forget, Ali, that 8,000 was the reported figure at the start. They've seen more than enough today. Scott's been discarded. That's helped on by Gakpo, but the offside flag was up anyway. Curtis Jones. Cody Gakpo. One thing that also shouldn't be just taken for granted now is the fact that City get the week off to get ready for Chelsea away. Arsenal have got to play against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League before an early kick-off against Bournemouth. Here's Rio Engamoa with the cross. Matheus Nunes with the header. Canate to Engamoa. It's good defending by O'Reilly. Marmoush into Reinders, who spun away there from Alexis McAllister. Now Phil Foden. Tijani Reinders, Bernardo Silva. It's a foul by Canate. Your contenders are coming on the screen for player of the match, as if we need three.
Well,
knowing your track record, we don't need three.
No. Cherky can consider himself a little unlucky. I've got to say, Bernardo Silva and O'Reilly can consider himself unlucky not to get in the three.
I think the only way a striker could score a hat-trick and not get the man of the match with you is if another one had made all three for Haaland and scored two himself. That's the only way it's happening.
No, I'm giving it to Haaland, me personally, but I'm interested to see what happens. As I say, they've been excellent, Manchester City. And I think you and I are in agreement. I don't think we've seen them better this season.
No. I must say, I've thoroughly enjoyed the performance of Cherki as well today.
Yeah, me too.
It's sensational. Semenyo looks like such a good fit for this team. More than 7 minutes to play. Manchester City heading through to the semi-finals and another game at Wembley. Now, that win they had against Arsenal in the League Cup final means they've won 15 times now since Wembley was rebuilt, which is more than anybody else. They went past Chelsea. with the win, so it's their domain in many ways, although they have slipped up in a couple of FA Cup finals.
Got to mention that little pass there from Bernardo Silva, where he just chipped it between the two players. Beautiful.
Chiesa back to Canate. Israel and Gamoa. Curtis Jones. Gakpo not there on Liverpool's left. Still no sign of consolation for the team in red. Chiesa plays it in. To Marque, he clears it out. Frimpong. Tackled by O'Reilly. He's been really solid defensively. He's played a more orthodox left-back role for the last 20 minutes, and nobody's gone round him. And don't forget that TNT Sports has moved to its new streaming home on HBO Max, where you can also find Emmy award-winning medical drama The Pit. I catch up with season 1 with brand new episodes of season 2, now streaming each week. Ali, what do the next 48 hours look like for Arne Slot and Liverpool before they get on the plane and fly across to Paris?
Well, he's just got to sit every down and talk, hasn't he? Because they have to, if it's possible, just to get this completely and utterly out their heads. I mean, because the unfortunate thing is they're now meeting a team who, again, are just hitting a bit of form, aren't they? Let's be honest.
They're also meeting a team, Ali, that if they're anything like this on Wednesday night, they could be taken apart in similar fashion.
Yeah. We saw enough of them. Well, we've seen enough of them, actually, to suggest they're capable of doing that to any team.
They played last night, Paris Saint-Germain, and they rested quite a few of their starting players, so they've had a head start on Liverpool, and they've not had to go full ball like Arne Slot had to here. Gamoa's cross, it's another City block. Back there by Tijani Reinders. Savinio, off he goes, there's Canate. I suppose he's going to get booked in the end.
Yeah.
That's definitely under the totting up process. Ali, let's kind of cut to the chase and get rid of all this mad suspense. Everybody's dying to know at home who the player of the match is.
Don't know if it's Erling Haaland. As I say, City's performance for the last hour or so has been absolutely wonderful to watch. As good as you and I have seen them in a long, long time. There's been some great performances.
That smile indicates somebody's just told him as well. Koisti's given you the award.
Just gave you the man of the match.
Yeah. He's just saying, look, never in doubt.
Pleased as punch, isn't he?
Yeah, just say to the other boys, never in doubt. Always going to be me today. Given away there by Kusanov. One back by Gonzalez. That's a Liverpool free kick. 2.5 minutes of normal time to play. A yellow card as well for the City sub. Gamoa's ball in. Nunes into the far post header. Foden was happy to let it bounce, and that allowed Kirkes to get back on it. Here's Chiesa.
You know who's worth a mention as well? I know I've mentioned just about all of them. Kusanov.
I don't know whether this is a sympathy vote. We've had all these substitutions and the goals, but there's going to be no additional time. In by Dominic Szoboszlai, and Trafford underneath that. They're going to set a new record today as well, you know, Ali, Manchester City, because this is 18 wins in a row at home in the FA Cup, which is now officially the longest run all time in the competition.
I looked, a team I hadn't heard of, am I right?
Well, it was 1873 to 1881, so you can be forgiven.
Thank you.
Clapham Rovers.
There you are.
Had 17 in a row like City, so they've broken the tie. So a little bit of FA Cup history for the sequence that Manchester City are on. I wonder whether there's time for one more. Here's Marmoush. Reinders has gone running through the middle. It's a poor pass in the end to Gonzalez. Sum it up for me, Manchester City today.
Manchester City have put in one of those performances this afternoon that you and I will remember for a while. It's as simple as that. They have been wonderful to watch, Dan, they really have. I mean, the fact that we're talking about 7, 8, 9 individuals on a side that have played to the top of their game, it's been a joy to watch. The quality of goal, the movement, the passing, can't get any better.
Off goes Pep, job done. And the Blue Moon will rise over Wembley Stadium on semi-final weekend, and seemingly, as always, Manchester City are there. The League Cup winners into the last 4 of the FA Cup. The Liverpool journey is over, and the big Norwegian number 9, Manchester City's star of the show. Hat-trick for him, 28 in the career, 12 as a Manchester City player, 12 in 12 in the FA Cup, a penalty, a header, and a first-time finish off the underside of the bar. Antoine Semenyo helped himself to a lovely goal as well. Manchester City outstanding, and nobody, when the draw's made tomorrow, wants to play them in the semi-final.
Not in this form, I'll tell you right now. You look at the last 2 games, I mean,